The following document was discovered in Boggy Depot in the early 1900s or late 1800s. It can't be dated, but the paper and the language in the document point to that era. This is a fragment of what could be found. Most unsettling of all the recent developments, the congregation has come to believe the intelligence within the jar is not a prisoner but a guide. They claim it speaks to them in these shared dreams, that it shows them visions of a verdant path to a world beyond their own. They have taken to calling it their shepherd, leaving offerings of strange swamp flora and animal bones at its base, while one must be careful not to lend credence to such a primitive superstition. The compelling nature of the shared hallucinatory experience cannot be easily dismissed by the rational mind. It is a phenomenon that warrants further, more rigorous scientific study.
Can you roll your sanity?
Sure. Sanity current is 54, and I got a 400 again.
Okay.
Wow.
400.
Oh.
But no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Sometimes that's good. A lot of times that's not good to get that. So, all right, what do we got?
Yeah, you don't lose any SAN at all just by witnessing this, but you look down and see it, and it is incomprehensibly strange to see this pattern on something natural.
Does it look like something used to be there but isn't now, or did it just kind of form in that space in particular?
Go ahead and roll your unnatural.
Okay.
Plus
I think
20%.
Perfect. So we're just looking for 20. Not even close. 79.
It's hard to say. Again, the incomprehensible nature of it starts to get to you a little bit. No sanity roll right now, but it's a little overwhelming to witness. Over to Agent Ryan, you see Barone walk past you up to the altar. What are you doing?
Am I having the same sort of reaction or feelings as they are?
You're not. In fact, you don't know what Barone's doing. They're just walking up there to you.
Okay. I'm gonna, kind of conservatively follow them towards the altar, and I'm gonna ask her, like, hey, what do you see up there?
Well, for the second time today, I am not sure. It just looks kind of like a big swirl, per se, that doesn't look like it should be here. Sorry, I didn't mean to charge in the room before you. I just saw that Dell let you go in alone, and I didn't think that was a good idea. And I blinked, and now I'm. She turns around and looks around, and I made my way up here apparently. And I'll kind of walk back over, kind of down, more towards Ryan. I don't know if you do or don't want to take a look at that. It was just kind of strange. A swirl is all I could say.
I think I do want to take a look at that, and so I walk up there myself and kind of scope it out.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your SAN.
67 out of 68. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You look down, you don't quite get what Agent Barone is saying, but you get that this is very strange. Yeah, that's just a large swirl of fungus embedded into the floorboards and rot, and then it coalesces on this point in between the podium and the altar behind it.
Does the fungus look similar to the fungus we saw earlier?
Go ahead and give me a forensics roll.
Got it. 44 out of 64. That's also a critical success, right?
It is, yeah. It doesn't look like that other fungus necessarily. This is more of a rot, but as you get close to it, the sunlight bounces off of something and shows almost like a sheen of purple, like almost like pollen that is on the top of it. And you can see it floating around the air as well.
Kind of spore-like?
Spore-like, yeah.
Can I reach down and touch the fungus? Does it react to me in any way?
Roll your power as you do that.
Oh, 3. Got it.
As soon as you touch it, you feel the sensation of your body dissolve almost into the fungus. It's like you dropped into a pool, but that pool was this fungus. You immediately feel like you're in it. Your mind becomes almost joyfully unmade, and it's absorbed in something vast, green, and it feels that way for what seems to be days to you, until you also feel something hungry in it. You feel hunger in you, and then you snap back out of it. But there is something strange about this fungus.
And when I come out of it, I'm like, whoa, okay. That was weird. I guess I asked for an experience and I just got one. Don't touch the fungus. And I'm talking to Agent Barone.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I don't think I would think to. What did you feel?
How long was I gone? How long was I away?
2
What do you mean
seconds. Yes.
You've been there literally the entire time. You haven't gone anywhere.
That is so weird. I feel like I just went on a trip somewhere for a few days. A place I can't really describe, but an okay feeling, but just took me somewhere out of here. I wasn't here for a long time.
Yeah, maybe they weren't joking when they said this place was full of hoodoo and whatever.
Agent Sandusky, outside, are you coming in to join them? You still searching around the church?
I would definitely make a full canvassing loop.
Yep.
I think I was also curious when Ryan started prying at a way to get in, if Cheryl had been looking any way over here. I'm kind of just curious about her, because I don't exactly know what her business is, and I know she didn't seem particularly interested in the church, but again, not really clear what is or isn't her business that I should or shouldn't be stepping in. So I'm kind of just running the perimeter at this point.
Yeah.
I may, if I still ain't heard nothing from the inside, no kathunks, no exclamations, I may give just like a rap on the siding so they could perhaps hear.
Before that, give me a search roll.
All right. Nope.
Okay. Yeah. Looking over at Cheryl, she does sneak glances back at you. She doesn't seem particularly put out by you going into the church. It would be hard for her to notice because you were on the backside. She could have heard the board coming off, but it hasn't piqued her interest quite yet.
Not presently perturbed.
Inside the church, as you two are talking, both of you give me another power roll.
Okay.
Failed 85 out of 80.
Okay.
Crit failed. 88 out of 55.
You're in here talking, and Agent Ryan's words start to sound like a distant echo to you, Agent Barone. You feel uneasy and lightheaded. The air starts to feel thick. That ecstasy you were in earlier, that brief moment of elation, is nowhere to be found. And you, through your feet, you swear you feel the thrumming of something dire under you, under the floorboards, reaching up through your feet, just zing, zing, pulling at you.
All right. Yeah. So more feelings also. We should probably do two things. One, get out of here. Or two, rip up the floorboards and see what's underneath. In this exact moment, can't really tell which is the better path, Ryan. What do you think? And she's swaying kind of oozy a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm most inclined of going towards this spiral and kind of seeing if I can see anything like in the spiral, or is the fungus moving at all?
No, it's not.
Okay.
And are you standing by the spiral right now?
I am. Yeah, I'm kind of standing and like peering into the center of what the spiral seems to be.
The overhead shot would have Ryan standing right in the middle of it, having just touched it, and you, Barone, are probably a little off to the side of it, outside of the main spiral.
Okay. Here's a crazy idea. Let's scratch that itch a bit. Is there, X marks the spot type thing? How do you feel about breaking through that bad boy and seeing what's directly under that spiral?
What are you proposing?
Maybe grab that metal pipe behind you and do a little crack down below.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what's below.
Outside, Dell knocks on the window at this moment.
Hey Dell, there's definitely some stuff in here. It's getting a little weird. I'm not sure if you should or should not come in, but you're welcome to if you'd like. I don't know. It's seeming a little strange in here, but we are gonna dig in a little bit and see if we can find anything.
I'll come around and supervise. Are you sure you should be doing that? I'll come back to the back door and I'll rest it open. In fact, I'm going to take the rest of the boards off. Conspicuousness be damned, I guess. And maybe just like give a little wave so that some of these spores kind of like waft in the sunlight, and I am going to regard them as though they are not themselves. Because again, slightly intoxicated sounding Barone said it's getting a little weird in here, so like I'm not really inclined to be in the thick of it.
Yeah, firmly staying on the outside, but keeping watch. There's plenty of things you could use in here to break this open. There's not a lot of metal, but there's other wood you could use for leverage. You have an assault rifle, but if Dell wants to lend it, there are ways. What's your approach so we can calculate how much time it'll take?
I'm fine trying the pipe, give it a little bang and see what happens.
I'm imagining there's like in pews, right? There's like a where you sit, and then there's like a metal runner underneath. That's like extra structure, and that's where I imagine we get the metal from, is like the bottom of a pew that has rotted away, or something like that. But if there's no like metal around, well, we could definitely find something else. I think before Agent Ryan starts into it, maybe a little too late style type thing. But I like to take something and wrap it around my face to at least lessen any more intoxication from these dusts before we dig any further.
Sure, you're masked up. You have a little cloth around your face. So you wrap something around your face. You do find a metal pipe. I just rolled a luck roll for the environment, and it is there.
Cool.
And it is in the pews, and you can start prying away. Both of you give me strength ×5 or athletics as you're doing this work.
Great. So strength times 5 is 65. And I got a 50 flat. So success.
Great.
Success on my side, 26 out of 55.
Awesome. Yeah, this is going to take about a half an hour to fully get. This isn't the right tool. It's not a crowbar, but you're able to start working at it and getting floorboards out. And about 3 floorboards in, you notice that the wood is fully consumed by this black rot. It's like dingy and gross, but it maintains its hardness, which is very strange. It's not rotten to the point of disintegrating, so it's still very hard and maintains its original structure. And you start pulling these out, and below the boards, you see a giant wooden box. Not giant, excuse me. About 2 feet wide, 2 by 2 by 2.
Okay, I'm putting on my gloves and I'm gonna hoist this box out from below and bring it up.
Yeah, no, that's it's not a bad idea. Definitely, strap up if you can. I don't happen to have gloves on me as well, do I?
When you got the
oh, that's right.
Yeah, when you got the swamp gear, you have that type of glove. Not a, what do they call, nylon or whatever.
Neoprene.
Plastic glove. Neoprene. There you go.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, I'll just assist Ryan in to make it a little easier by peeling back some of the boards where the box is getting caught and make sure that he can pull it up.
Yeah, Ryan, you pull it up. It's pretty heavy, and you yank it out, falling backward onto your butt, and the box is fully out. There is a latch. There's no lock to it. And the box itself is not covered in any of the fungus or rot.
Oh, okay. So it's not on the box itself, is what you're saying?
Yeah, not on the box itself.
Think we should haul this out of here so we have a bit more light? Open it up?
I mean, I'm not sure if we should take it out of this church per se, especially if, there's something in the air, that's for sure. Maybe we try to keep it contained if at all possible, but maybe near a window, sure.
Okay.
I imagine you drag it into that beam of light that's changing from the roof as the time goes on. It's like a kind of a time dial as it's kind of moving around the room. And you unlatch it, open it. Inside, you see a strange metal object with glass around it and a dried brain and brainstem. In it, there are small ports in the bottom of it. Everybody roll their sanity. Or Agent Barone and Agent Ryan, roll your sanity.
Got it with 5.
Okay.
Sanity 54, and I got a 001 or 100.
Dang.
Nice. That's
Wait, that's good. That's
critical
good,
success. Yep.
That's good.
So you will only
Let's
lose.
go!
You'll only lose 1 sanity because of critical success.
Okay.
Agent Ryan, you still have to roll me a d4 for your sand loss. You can project it too if you would like. Do you want to project it on a bond or take the sand?
How many did you say, sorry? Loss?
Just a d4. You got to roll a d4. Yeah.
I'll roll. Sorry, finding the right dice here. 2.
Okay, you take 2 sand and you add that 2 to a natural. Ryan, you add that 1 to a natural. Ryan, how would you steel yourself against seeing something like this?
I mean, I'm very curious, right? I never imagined that opening a box would just be like a container with a brain inside of it. So it's definitely unexpected and it's shocking, but I'm also just like, my curiosity is the most powerful thing in my brain at the moment, not anything else. So I'm just really curious about what this is and what it could be.
Likewise, Agent Barone, this is your first real operation. You just saw a shriveled up brain in a metal and glass tube. How do you rationalize that and keep yourself from losing your shit?
I think I use humor. Oh yeah, Ryan. No, for sure. This totally makes a lot of sense. Creepy swamp men, a little bit of fungus in the air, a brain in a tube. Yeah, totally. This is a normal thing for a normal day with people like us, right? Right? All right. Is that even a human brain? And then
Yeah.
I'll
What size
take a
is
look.
this brain?
So, before we jump into that, Del Sandusky, you haven't seen this. They opened a box. You see a brief moment on their face past them. You're not sure about any of this, I'm assuming. What's your approach?
Not really. I guess as they had been prying up floorboards, I was curious if maybe I might have been inspecting some of the the structural integrity that you were describing that seems to be still withheld in this kind of I don't know, living decay. But if they are pulling something out and breaking something open, I think I'm inclined to go over when they start exclaiming.
Okay. Yeah, give me a sand roll as you peek into this box and see this brain.
All right. 70. That sounds bad. Yeah, no good.
Roll me a d6.
2.
Okay. Are you going to project on a bond?
The 2 is the sand loss?
Yeah.
Otherwise? That sounds okay.
Okay. Yeah, what do you experience as you see this to whittle away at your sanity?
Yeah, I see no future for this thing, no possible idea what it could be used for. That is a black abyss, and all I see is 1,000 possibilities for how it came to be in this place, what thing it might have come from, and what that thing might have experienced in order for it to appear here as this tool or apparatus or some other thing, right? To experience whatever it might have been before it became a thing.
You are completely overwhelmed by what cosmic forces would bring something like this into being, and thinking of the subjective experience of the individual whose brain this was, in all of that, is an insurmountable thing for you to process right now. The time is almost 5:30 p.m. as you've pulled this out. Seems like you have some discussing to do.
Well, what on earth do you think you got your hands on there? What would you even call that?
I'd call it a brain.
It's catchy.
It's a very literal naming, actually. It's a brain in a tube, to be more exact. What size is this? Does this belong to? And she'll kind of look at it and hold it up next to either Ryan or Dell and kind of look at the size and see if the size is about right for a human or if it's the right shape for a cranial cavity of a person.
Let's see. Let me see what a good skill for that is.
Sure.
Does anybody have any biology? I don't think so.
There's also, medicine
no.
or forensics seems...
Medicine's a good. Anybody who wants to roll medicine or biology on it can.
I don't have either of those.
Same.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it was desiccated. I imagine that really warps the scale of what we're dealing with, right? Water content has to be crazy in a brain.
Did you say that we have a camera in one of our packs? All right, well, maybe let's at least take a picture of this. I'm not sure if we should wrap it and take it with us or just bury it and let it lay where it be, but we should at least take a picture.
Yeah, I know this is your first operation, and Butterfield told you he's not going to tell you twice, but we're not really in the business of letting things be. So, if it come out of the ground, you best have a real good reason for putting it back in the ground, and if you don't, then we got to figure something else out.
I snap
yeah,
a photo of it so that we have a record of what we have found.
Okay, great. Well, I mean, this, I guess I'm showing my true colors here. It's definitely the first time, and I go ahead and I set it down and take a step back away from it and like, do we shoot it, burn it, smash it? What do you got?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm a little concerned about what might be alerted if we were to mishandle this thing at this juncture. Shoot, even removing it does sound like something to consider. Is there anything else in that crawl space down there? Was this the only thing?
You have flashlights. You could check it out.
Yeah, no, sorry, we got distracted by the brain in a can.
Understandable.
Feel free to take a look.
Yeah, are you poking down there with a flashlight?
I am hungry for some more context.
Yeah. You peek your head down there, and you notice that the black mold has been in the entire foundation, and from below, as you swing your flashlight, it's got little tendrils that go between the floorboards all along the under part of the church. Are you crawling directly down, or are you just looking?
No, I think I would like hang like an L over the edge and just kind of like scan, pivot.
Yeah. You're scanning in the distance. You see something white reflect back light that you'd probably have to crawl under there to get it.
Okay. I'll pull on a headlamp. I'll let the crew know, hey, I see something down there. Any of you fixing to get dirty? I reckon it's my turn if not.
Yeah, go ahead. If you see anything of interest, just give me a shout and I'll come down with you.
All right. I'll tie.
Do you need a rope? Do you need a rope around you? That worked like real well last time.
Just about to. Yeah, I'll tie it off through the belt loops.
Yeah, you slip down into the hole. Your headlamp, those little tendrils cast shadows in strange ways all throughout the cavernous undercarriage of this church. And there is, well, it looks like a bunch of folded paper as you get closer, stuck under some dirt and just a large stone that's on top of it.
As I'm on my way, like maybe as I drop right into the main hole before I fully progress, I think I'd like to take a lighter out of my pocket and just kind of like click it on, give it a subtle wave, not on or in any of the fungus, but just near it and see if there is any sort of reaction.
It sizzles, and one of the tendrils burns and then falls onto just a normal lighter, right?
Well, again, my goal isn't to try and light something on fire. It's almost to see if there is any reaction to it, right? Like a fear or a flinch.
You do a little spark. Nothing happens, but the tendril does break off from your influence, and you see it kind of drape over your lighter for a second.
Not my lighter anymore. I toss it on the ground.
Okay. Yeah, and it starts to cover the metal part of it, especially the top, where the flint and the tin, I believe it's tin, aluminum, is just covers it and settles there on the ground.
Like I can see the spores actively moving over the metallic parts, not as though it is just casually falling that way.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, these things got a somewhat of a mind of their own.
Go ahead and roll your sanity again.
Okay, this time.
All right. You don't lose any. You just saw something weirder. So you're able to hold it together. But these tendrils do hang right next to your face as you're traversing down here.
Yeah, I think I take a moment to like inflate the space between my mesh and my actual face, right? So there's a little bit more buffer, as though it would help, right? But just like deep breath and then go on into the crawl space.
You get to this white object. It is some folded parchment, thickly folded, and some of it is rotten, not with this, but is just water damaged. Seems like a bunch of large pieces of butcher paper have been folded over and over and over again.
As though this might just be one enormous piece.
Could be, yeah. It's about 2 inches thick, so, of folded over paper.
Okay. Yeah, substantial. I think I am concerned about it falling to pieces. If I were to try and like it, as though it might like crumple under its own weight. So I'm looking for something that might be akin to like a piece of plywood or a pallet or something that could be used to kind of like shovel it this way.
Looking around, you see that there are small pieces of stone that you could push it with. There's no like plate type thing you could just scoop it up with. Your hands together like this are probably better than anything else you see down here.
Yeah. Was there anything that looked like it would be a helpful tool back up in the main chapel? Or am I just...
Yeah, absolutely. So
okay, like a box lid or something like that might be able to... All right. I'll ferry it back out and try and do it the safe way.
Need anything down there, Del?
Yeah, I kind of like, come up in an intoxicating poof and I'll grab something big and flat and be back in a minute. There's something strange down here.
Yeah,
that tracks.
Yeah. I didn't say much.
No need to roll for anything. You're able to lift it up. The paper does feel like it could disintegrate, and get it to the top, and you set it out, and everyone sees just this like folded up few inches of butcher paper sitting there that has a little bit of water damage on it, and is a little flaky, but isn't necessarily disintegrating on spot.
What do you think? Is like a banner for a town parade or something?
I don't know. Can we open it up?
Yeah, I think we ought to. Just kind of like inspect for where the big folds are and, maybe grab something like to use as a plate to buffer it and start folding it open.
You start unfolding it, and the writing on the other side immediately tells you what this is. This looks like a giant Torah scroll. Like there is just what looks to be Hebrew all up and down it, and it unfolds, and in the center of it there is a unharmed picture which you pull out. If anybody wants to look at that picture and describe it for the audience, they can. What is apparent is the church you're standing in is pictured in it.
Yeah, so it's definitely, an old picture taken probably 1800s. The church that we're in right now is clearly in the background, or looks like it was newly built, and there's a bunch of people gathered in front, probably some sort of ceremony. The weird thing is, though, I mean, there's a lot of weird things, but looking at some of the faces pretty closely, they either look to be disfigured, or I don't know if the exposure was off and these people were moving, but something very creepy about the town's people. And there's one man standing in the very forefront of the photo who has the clearest face out of anybody and the very creepiest smile that I've ever seen on his face.
Yeah, it's hard to say exactly, but it's almost as though everyone beyond that man shares the same expression, and then he stands apart from them.
Yeah, there's also no indication of any kind of denomination that this church might belong to.
Is there markings down to the lower right?
There are. Yeah.
Can we make out what that is?
Do you have any foreign languages? I don't think
I have
anybody does.
Chinese.
Yeah, that's not going to help you.
Damn.
No. Nope, do not.
I speak American.
Yeah. Being that you're American, you do recognize that it looks like a blend of Arabic and Hebrew or that type of script. You'd probably need to bring this in for analysis based on your current language skills, but it does say something.
Who's holding the photo right now?
I think I am, as I was describing it, getting a closer look.
Ryan, does it, usually when I take photos, we write the date or something on the back. Does it have a date or anything on it?
And I flip it over to look at the back of it.
There's no date. Yeah.
I'm scanning the Torah scroll to see if there's perhaps anything that's out of place, any notes in the margins, anything that may have, I don't know, bled from something else that was stored there previously.
As you start unrolling it, this thing is massive. And there are passages in Hebrew that are underlined, circled. There is parts that are completely bled through where the ink is completely gone. The one thing you do notice is this is hand copied. This is not a printing press product. And you get to the middle of the Torah, and the text becomes jarbled again, where this Hebrew, you don't know Hebrew, but you know it is Hebrew. And then right in the middle, there's just something else for about probably 7 Western pages of text. And once you get past that part, as you're unfolding it, there is Hebrew again.
The garbled text, does it look akin to what is on the photograph?
Yeah, absolutely.
Different ink?
Yes, definitely different ink. Yeah. The picture looks like somebody carved the symbol into the corner.
Interesting. Okay.
Dell turns around to look, and Baron's standing there with a lighter, and she's like, well, do we just burn all of it, or some of it, or take the picture, or burn the whole church down? Which path we go in there, big guy?
Well, I mean, before this whole thing is said and done, I don't think this thing is going to stay standing. I think that's just got to be a reality, but I'm not sure that we want to antagonize anyone who's not already antagonized. You know what I mean? Like, Cheryl seems pretty cool right now, but if we start setting things on fire, I'm not sure it stays that way.
And as they're
Yeah.
having this conversation, I'm already snapping pictures of like everything with my camera.
Please and thank you. I don't know. There simply doesn't seem to be anything terribly pressing about it, I suppose is my opinion. Feels like something we could easily take care of on the way out of town. I'm open to yours.
So you're saying wrap the brain in the creepy Torah text with the photo of malfigured people and just throw it in a bag?
Well, I mean, until we know what it's for, I don't know if we can stand to part ways with it.
Yeah, I don't think that's bad, especially, and she peeks out the window. She's like, that sun's getting real low. We have to beat feedback anyways. Maybe we regroup, and I forgot to tell you, I have a general direction of where the tracks are going, so I think we have something to check out later tonight, but if you're fine with just wrapping this all together and taking it with us, then maybe we do that and scram diddly damsel right on out of here.
Please don't make up words like that again.
Well, I was just trying it out, Del. Damn it! Now that I know it doesn't work, I won't do it again. But you can't blame a girl for trying something, right?
No, you could try. I just
All right.
hope you have the sense to try something better than that.
I will make sure the next one is vetted thoroughly before I throw it out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Agent Ryan got shit for liking Hootie and the Blowfish too, so like Dell's just raining on the parades. So.
There's nothing wrong with that.
So you're wrapping this up. You have a duffel bag you can probably fit this thing into. It's again about 1.5 feet tall, and then I would say 8 inches wide, or like around circumference wise. Yeah, there's plenty of packing space. You can get it all set up. It is about 6 p.m. You're in Oklahoma, and it's still pretty hot, but the sun is starting to disappear. Where do you go from here?
I think on our way out, Barone tries to at least put some stuff back into place, like the boards that we pried up, kind of back where they were. And unless anybody wants to do anything else, I think we'll kind of get to the front and even try to reboard up the front door. Like I know she has the butt of a knife to try and drive some of those nails back in. So unless you guys are against it, I think that's probably the move.
Those boards were ornamental anyway. Yeah. If you can just tack them back on, that'd be great.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. And I'll start hammering it in. And once we're done with that, Barone sits down and takes out her canteen and takes a big old gulp and passes it over. She's like, anybody want a swig?
I don't drink, but thank you.
What do you think it is? It's just coffee. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll take a swig then.
You pack everything up. You're able to get, in about 15 minutes, the floorboards back. Since they're so solid and nothing broke apart, it is like a puzzle. You're just putting together a little Jenga puzzle of floorboards. And you exit the church. You are firmly in twilight. Are you going straight back out? You look over and see that the campfire is stoked. Cheryl is sitting down with her back on a log on the ground in front of the fire, reading a book. The kids in the house look like they are in states of either passed out or paranoia, but they are paying you no mind at this point.
Is this the dumbest thing I ever said? You tell me if it is. What if we go back in that church knowing we're the only ones who dare to and ain't nobody else coming in after us? Ain't gotta hoof it back out of here this evening if we don't want to. We could sit right in the middle of it and see what the hell they get up to.
I am decidedly thankful for a breath of fresh air, and I think I'm quite alright being on the outside for a little while.
Hey, all right.
Yeah, so that was the idea, to camp in the church at night, Del?
Could we
Yeah.
might?
Okay.
I mean, it depends, Ryan. What do you think?
I don't have an opinion either way. I'm not particularly fond of the idea of kind of feeling a little tired. So, hoofing it out. I could do it, but it's not going to be my first choice. I'm also really curious about these people. I feel like they have more to share. They look like they're pretty comfy and going to stay the night. And I'm just kind of curious as to why, but either way, you guys decide and I'll follow you.
Yeah, Barone, it only takes one to say you're uncomfortable with it. I'm not about to make decisions for us all.
All right, well, did you want to stay out here regardless? I mean, I'm opposed to the church specifically, but if you want to post up in one of these other ones, I'm not too opposed to not having to trek all the way back. That's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, that seems okay. I guess I'm perhaps usually overly concerned with being found by people if I don't feel like being found. Church seemed like maybe it presented a unique opportunity thusly, but I acknowledge where you're coming from.
You could set up a tent out the backside of the church.
Yeah, any of these other vacant buildings are fine by me too, if you fancy it.
Yeah, I think making a hole in the wall in one of these buildings that already exists gives us a little bit more protection and draws less attention than a random tent out in a field. So maybe perch up somewhere high and roll some cloth out to lay down on or something.
Yeah, I like that. Squat in something that has a second story.
Yeah, there absolutely is a general store that is dilapidated that has a second story that you could get into.
Okay. And I don't mind that. We'll go make a little bird's nest up top, try and get a few boards taken out of windows to be able to post up with night vision or binoculars or what have you.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. And I know we didn't really pack too many snacks, but she definitely she nods over to the stoke fire, and she definitely offered a snack or two for us, and might maybe take her up on that.
All it takes is one
dinner.
good stealth roll, and we can have them all.
I'm fine to, I felt like I got along with her pretty well. I'm fine to go over and see if I can ask for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you walk up. The fire feels nice. It's burning some of the humidity away as you get close to it. And she looks up behind her as you approach and stands up and says, well, did you see a lot of birds making all that ruckus in the church?
No, we didn't, unfortunately. But I think we decided that we're going to hang out here for the night and try to go at it first thing in the morning.
Okay. Well, obviously, it's a free country, so you can make yourself comfortable wherever. But you didn't experience anything weird in the church? Are the stories true? It was hard for me not to get up and get over there just right after telling you that I would mind my own business. Sorry if I'm asking too much, but are you ghost hunters?
No. I mean, some people describe the red-bellied woodpecker as a ghost because it's so hard to find. But, as for us, I mean, we definitely, it's an interesting church. Definitely nobody's been in there for a long time. But, hey, I was going to make a proposal to you. I see that your son likes music. Yes? He's wearing a Limp Bizkit t-shirt, right?
If you could call it music. I've heard a few of their songs.
Hey, whoa, come on now. It's all music. It doesn't matter. It could be hard or soft. No, it's that good. You leave him alone for that.
I guess my parents said the same thing about Skinnerd when I was growing up, so I can get it, but I just can't get on board with that sound. What did you have in mind for music?
Hootie and the Blowfish's Cracked Rear View album. I don't know if you know of this band or if your son does, but they're amazing. And, if you want to check out this, I'd be happy to trade you, this album for just a couple of snacks, or if you have any extra food or anything that we could take over with us.
Of course. She opens up a sack and pulls out a handful of Snickers bars and gives them to you. And she says, they're his favorite, so I pack a bunch of them, and they help him, I don't know, regulate when he's coming down, if that's what happens. But here, you can have some.
Oh, thanks. I love milk chocolate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and you're welcome to come by the fire tonight. I usually try to get him out of here, but it seems like he's staying the night, and you look in there and he's just completely passed out in the other space. So I'll probably be sleeping here as well.
Wow, you're a really good mom. Yeah, that's great. I think we're just gonna hunker up over in this building over here and try to get as much rest as possible.
All right, well, let me know if you need anything, and if they get too loud, I'll tell them to quiet down. You're the first guest they've had in this town, so.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, just shout if you need anything. We'll come running if we have to. Oh, yeah. Also, that old church is. It looks nice on the outside, but it's falling apart on the inside. It's pretty dangerous. So I probably would say still try and stay away from it if you can.
Yeah, you see Chekhov's gun go off in her head, where she's like, oh, I should stay out of there. But no, just kidding. So she says, yeah, I mean, if you, the story still put me off. So, but you guys seem to have a lot of fun in there. But yeah, again, I'm here to mind me and my son's business. I don't really want to concern myself with much else. So you get up to the second floor and you're packing in for the night. What are the nighttime plans?
I mean, I have a feeling that things are going to get weird with these people. And so I'm kind of situating myself on the ground where I'm resting, but I can also have like a straight line view towards like where they're staying. And can see, what they're up to.
You're on the.
Did we tell them exactly where we are staying?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think we just said we'll be around, so I think that's probably a semi-positive, not to be like, we're up in that third window from the right. So cool, into that.
You're around the corner and down toward the edge of town. Like, the general store is right on. It's like inviting people into the town back in its prime. And it's right next to that creek that you first crossed to get into this area.
From that kind of like rooftop crow's nest kind of area, would I be able to use the night vision scope? Not affixed to any sort of weapon, just to be able to kind of keep watch on the goings-ons in town.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that's a bad idea. Like, maybe we should, two heavy sleepers, one person kind of watching us, make sure we don't, miss anything through the nighttime. And I think if that dirt bike comes through here, ain't nobody sleeping. But besides that, maybe one person kind of watching out for a little bit is it's not a bad idea.
Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, does anybody? I will certainly take first shift. Does anybody feel like taking second? You let me know who I should wake up, and not like everybody has to play a part.
Yeah, I'll take the split shift in the middle there. No problems there. That's fine.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
And I'm like already snoring and asleep in the corner.
Makes that decision easier.
Cool. Just let me roll for a few things. Okay, so first shift, you, Del. Second shift, Barone.
Barone?
All right. You settle in. This isn't the most comfortable place to sleep, but it's not the ground of the desert around Jerome, Arizona. There's actual wood floorboards, so it feels pretty good, Agent Ryan, as you lie down to get some rest. You've had a long day, a lot of exertion. And Barone, you're able to get to sleep no problem as well. Go ahead and give me an alertness, Agent Sandusky, for your watch.
Pretty, please. Yeah, 41 is less than 63 the last time I checked.
Yes. You're getting towards the end of your watch, and so it's about passing 1:30 a.m. The fire on the other side of town through your scope has calmed down. They're probably asleep over there, is your guess. And you're crouched up in this perch, and the darkness besides the scope is absolute, right? It's a pressing darkness. There's no lights in this ghost town other than that fire and what you see from the stars and the limited moon view that you have. Then you start hearing a sound. And it's not a sound that is near you. It's something that is floating on the thickness of the air your way. It starts vibrating in your ears. It's like a chanting, but you can't make out any of the syllables or enunciations other than just the vibration of it.
If it is a chanting, almost like a wordless song, does it have an animalistic tinge to it? Like it is maybe not entirely human?
It's hard to tell from this distance. It is undoubtedly in the swamp. It's not coming from the town.
Okay. But like no indication if it is like maybe more like whale song or bird song, or it just sounds like sound.
You have some unnatural at this point, right?
I guess.
Yeah, give it a roll.
Well, I wasn't hoping you would ask for that. Nah, nothing.
Yeah, it's you're too far away. You assume that were you to get closer, you'd be able to pick out more of the nuance of what the sound is.
This feels like a reasonable midway point for the night anyway, maybe? Like, Barone wouldn't be too pissed if we traded right now, so I'll get you up and we'll see what we think about this together.
What? Oh, Del. Thanks.
You hear
Yeah,
that?
what's up?
Hey, shh! You hear that?
What, Del? And can Barone hear too?
From inside, he was up on a perch. You cannot hear it from inside. Del, you can't either.
Imagine, yeah, maybe there's just like almost a little bit of residue clinging to my ears, almost like tinnitus, and I will I'll kind of like, drag you hurriedly like, hey, you don't want to miss this. I don't know what is going on out there.
Is it a red-bellied woodpecker?
Yeah, I think it might be. It's our lucky day.
Great. Yeah, no, one sec. Oh, she grabs her pistol, slides her boots on, tucks her pants in, ties it up, and like, all right, I'm coming.
Yeah, I will shuttle her up to the roof, and, once our breath stills again, we just kind of hold it and listen for the oozing sound on the wind.
Yeah, the vibrations meet your ear, Agent Barone, you feel that sense of elation from these strange echoes of what you feel like you experienced in the church. This is a chanting. It's almost gives you that joyous feeling again. It doesn't quite pull you into the same space as being in the church did, but this is very reminiscent of like what you felt internally made into song form somewhere out there on the swamp.
I mean, it doesn't make me as happy as like the breakdown of vulgar monstrosity, but you know that sounds real nice to me. Maybe a little too nice. What direction is it coming from?
It is coming from just the area of the swamp south of you. Your guess is probably around where you saw all those footprints.
And where I saw the water, the thing in the water, is it over in that direction?
Yeah.
So like 30 minute hike from here.
Yeah, just kind of back where we came from, because I was like right off the trail. Okay. I'm not sure how we feel about night adventures per se, but that is definitely not normal.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's not, is it? Is this well, hey, is there anything that's like visibly off about Barone? Like something where, like, does she look like she was intoxicated by encountering this sound?
You need to roll human intelligence, but
Yeah, I would. One of these days, it is going to happen, you know.
his next character is going to be a psychotherapist.
Well, yeah, I may or may not already have something in mind. But no, Dell is going to be a fucking god by the end of this. I get D4 every session. Who else could say that?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, Barone doesn't look intoxicated the way you saw her in the church. So, but Barone's picking up on more than you are from it.
Yeah, did seem like a more visceral reaction. So I think I'm going to go lie down under the pretense that Barone is on watch, but I'm going to watch Barone for the next hour and a half or so.
Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, as Del goes off, Barone's gonna be like, "All right, well, sleep tight, Del. I'll just listen for that. See if anything changes. I'll let you know, if anything goes crazy. But hopefully, I won't see you till the morning." And she'll kind of just tuck in, up there on top of the watch post and listen to the sounds of the night.
Yeah, please don't look for an excuse to go knocking.
Promise.
It's like one of his eyes is open as he says that. Okay. You sit back and you're up on the perch. Dell seemingly has went to sleep. Agent Ryan is snoring a little bit. You hear that song. It doesn't crescendo. It's very hard to pick out. Like, you have to stop and listen for it. It's pretty far out there. And it just continues and continues without any sort of exhaustion, over and over again. You start to feel a structure to it. And it's a structure of ups and downs more than specific words that you can pick out. But it's starting to ring in your head a little bit. Go ahead and roll alertness.
Okay. Sure, let's see. Alertness is 80, so ding dang good. And we got, of course, I got 94.
Okay. You are a little tired and you fall asleep up there.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was it by any chance before Dell fell asleep?
Go ahead and roll your luck.
All right. No.
Okay. Yeah, you fall asleep. And you wake up about an hour later, and the chanting has stopped.
I wake up an hour later?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, God. And she'll get up and stand up kind of at the post area. And if the chanting stopped, I think the first thing she'll do is listen for anything else in the immediate area, and try to pick up on anything that might have gotten closer when she fell asleep.
Okay. Yeah, do the alertness again.
Okay. Just still that sweet 80. Nice and high. 80. 83.
All right. Yeah, you're listening. With an 80, it's very high, so you would still be able to hear that the chanting has stopped, but so has the swamp. Like, there's no crickets, there's no cicadas. There is a serene silence that has covered it like a security blanket, smothering it, so no sound can come out.
And just to be clear, a serene, nice, and calm, not a creepy, eerie emptiness of sound, correct? We're on the positive, quiet side.
Barone feels that the silence is serene. Yes.
Oh, great. Okay. Well, all right. No harm, no foul, I guess. And then I'll make my way down to Ryan to wake up Agent Ryan. Is it time?
It's about 4 a.m. in the morning.
Okay. So yeah, probably pretty close to Ryan. I'll try to make it like a hurried rush. Like, I'm not going to saunter on over. I think I'm going to get to Ryan decently quickly. And I'll go ahead and kneel down and poke him in the back. Hey, Ryan, it's time to wake up.
What? Oh, hey.
Sorry. Good morning, sleepyhead. So I made a boo-boo. I think I'm a bit tired, more tired than I thought. I fell asleep here at the end of the shift. I'm not sure how long I was out, but I gotta crash. I have to crash.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me put my pants on and get up here.
Oh God. And she stands up and turns around and blocks away. Just so you know, we didn't want to bug you, but there was some chanting out in the swamp, which was, well, I thought it was very rhythmic and kind of nice, but it was definitely back in the direction of the creepy green form. Dell and I didn't want to worry you, and since it wasn't coming any closer, we didn't want to wake you, but it's stopped now.
Chanting? Like multiples of something? Saying something together?
I mean, I think generally it's hard to chant alone, but yeah, probably. We didn't really want to dig any closer in the night, but yeah, there's something there, but I haven't seen anything until I fell asleep and then saw the inside of my eyelids, but I think we're in the clear.
Okay, go get some rest.
Thanks, I appreciate it. We were just up there, and I'll kind of point to the spot that we were up. I assume it's down a tree and up a thing and kind of over a little bit.
Yeah, so I'll head that way.
Yeah, you get to the top and you're greeted with absolute silence out there.
And I'm chanting? Okay. That sounds cool and kind of creepy. I'm a little bummed that I missed it, but also relieved that it's not happening anymore on my shift.
Roll alertness.
I got 36 out of 44.
All right. Yeah, not on your shift, your ass. You hear a single voice loud tear up from the swamp. Nothing else in this absolute silence. Just chanting the same few phrases over and over again. You can make out where the words begin and end, but the sounds in the middle are nothing to you other than strange guttural growls. It is no longer a group chanting quietly. It's like somebody shouting at God from the earth.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thoroughly freaked out. I'm also very curious. Can I see the Cheryl and like the kids from where we are?
You can't. There are fires around the corner. It's
Okay.
burned down though. It's quiet over there.
Okay, can I just like go out into town and start walking towards them?
Of course. Yeah. You grab your night vision, drop it down, and are looking, and you see them all asleep inside that house now, Cheryl included.
Okay. I don't think I'm inclined to wake them, and also I'm trying to make sure that my sleeping partners are safe. So I start walking back towards where I just was, but I walk a little past it, towards the sound that I'm hearing, just to see if I can see anything or determine how far away it is.
Yeah, you get to the edge of the river and stop and listen. Earlier, in the caverns of the town, checking on Cheryl, you couldn't hear the chanting, but now on the edge of town, it starts to reach your ears again. And yeah, it's a single voice rising and falling with the rhythm of some great thumping heart almost. It's like ja 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 ja. And the words are completely alien that you can pick out. Nothing you've ever seen. Yet there's this terrible purpose that hits you while you're listening to them. Your hair on your neck stands up. You get goosebumps. These don't feel like words of worship for a distant god, but they're like almost a lover's intimate, breathless yearning going into the skies from wherever this is coming from.
Okay. Does it seem like it's pretty close to where I'm standing? Or a ways out into the swamp?
It's hard to tell. It's loud from where you're at. Loud enough to start picking out some of the nuance of it.
And do I see anything with my night vision looking out in that direction?
You look past the area that's along the river that is just sawgrass, and you would have to delve into the sawgrass again to find it.
Okay. I'm not gonna do that solo. Okay. I think I just kind of stand there for a little while and continue listening to it, to just more so because it's really interesting to me, but also trying to remember what it is that they're saying so that I can repeat it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll your sanity.
I got 85. No.
Do you want to project onto a bond or take this sand loss?
1, so I'll take the sand loss.
Okay, great. You feel a brief sense of kinship with the chanting, almost like you want to wander into the sawgrass without your friends, but you're able to steel yourself and stand there as you listen. Again, this is a joyful song, even if violently uttered to the sky. It feels holy, and that's really all you can get from it. You can't pick out words. There's no structure that's meaningful from this distance that can be written down.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'm really inclined to either go towards it or go back at this point. I'm just taking it in.
Okay. You start to see the sky turn pink as the sun rises, and the silence maintains. You almost think it's the buzzing of the insects coming to life all at once, but it's not. You look up, and out of the sun, it feels like, as it's rising, you see just a flash almost of light just rip over you in silence. It's hard to pick out what it is. It's so fast, and it's almost like an impossible triangle. It seems to drink the sunlight and starlight and clouds around it like it's cloaked or something, but it's hard to really tell. It makes no noise, and you have your night vision. You even peek through it. It gives off no heat. And in fact, you look up and it's just an absolute black ball through the night vision as it careens over. And you hear the chanting stop, and it disappears over the swamp from your vision.
So what I just saw wasn't like the sun rising. There seemed like there was something else coming up with the sun. Am I understanding that?
Roll your sanity.
56. Got it.
Okay, you still lose one. What you saw was some sort of object fly out of the sun. Like, it looked like it came out of the sun as it was rising, and it was almost a triangle, but it was also kind of a sphere, and it flew over you, and it looks like it bent the light around you in strange ways and ripped overhead in complete silence. You would expect something flying over that close and with that size to make a sound, but it did not.
Am I like understanding that the chanting that was happening was something that summoning this thing?
Oh, that's an interesting proposition. I don't know. Is that the connection you would make?
Well, if the chanting stopped completely after that, I think so. I would probably make that assumption.
Yeah.
And this orb or whatever, was it like transparent? Did it have color to it? Was it, I just couldn't really see much because of this light that was surrounding me?
It looked sort of transparent, but it looked more like it sucked in the things around it as it passed by. Like it bent everything behind it.
And where did it go? Did it go towards the sound that I was hearing? Okay. Some weird shit's going on out there. Okay, well, I'm gonna go back to see if it's sunrise, so I'm gonna go back and see if they're awake.
Something in the desert sky.
Hey, this is Nick from Dead Letter Bureau. I'm just dropping in to express my appreciation and to thank all of you for being good listeners. If you are liking the show, one thing that helps us out is obviously reviews and ratings, but sharing the show as well. So if you could text it to a friend, drop it in a Discord, or just share it on any social media platform, we would be very honored. Well, I hope to see you guys in a few weeks. Thank you for listening.